welcome this fine, freezing, freezing cold Monday. Freaking freezing cold.
It's pretty cold.
This is not my jam, but I think y'all probably know that.
It's not my jam either.
Do I hate winter?
Jelly or
yes.
Preserves. It's not any of that.
And winter sucks.
This type of
weather. Yeah, I'm not going to say winter itself sucks. But
the perfect winter day would be nice, huge snowflakes falling without any wind at all.
Yes. And 30 degrees. 32?
Yeah, between 28 and 30. Yes. Somewhere around there where the snow wouldn't actually melt.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would go snow, but I don't like this frigid crap in the wind.
Yeah. I don't
But
either.
you know what? I don't think anybody probably really cares because it's going to happen whether I want it to or not. Right?
Yeah, that's exactly true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there you are. But good morning. Happy Monday to you, Dan.
Good morning. Good morning to everyone.
Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, I had a pretty good weekend.
Was it uneventful?
It was. I did a lot of stuff in the house because it was cold.
It was cold.
But I did some writing.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we did
like
some writing.
Star Trek type stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, writing scripts.
Uh-huh.
A script. Working on a script. Yeah.
Okay.
And then Kelly had an album that she her high school choir.
Yes.
Made a Christmas album.
Yes.
Back in whatever year she was a junior, I think.
Okay.
So anyway, I transferred that over to a digital format.
Oh.
Yeah. It's kind of nice to. Of course, she didn't do a solo or anything, but it's nice to. Yeah, those kind of. I think back in the day, and they still do. They make recordings of all the choirs and things like that.
I have one from my high school.
There you go. Yeah.
It's on a CD.
Is it a Christmas thing or?
No, it was just. It's actually something we performed at Little Rock, and I don't recall if it was a competition of some sort. But we did this song anyway. And an airplane flew over, and you've got it in the recording. It was amazing, because Precious Lord, Take My Hand was the song we were singing, and it was just like this big, you couldn't see it. We were inside, but you could hear it.
Oh, the sound effects and everything.
Really kind of cool. Yeah.
And the Lord flew over.
Exactly. And there he was.
Now, you went doing all these spiritual songs. Were you spiritual back then, or were you just kind of like a...
No. Okay, and I'll give you a little tidbit.
Okay.
I grew up my entire life in nothing against the Presbyterian Church whatsoever. But I did not learn until I left that church and I guess adulthood and maturity what a actual relationship with God is rather than religion. And I felt like I took it in as all just very technical and very law-oriented for religion, and I had I didn't seem like anybody taught me how to have a relationship.
Right.
It takes some work. It takes... Anyway.
I think a lot of places leave the spirituality out of the equation. It's all more of a
this is what you
rigid,
shouldn't do.
Yeah, rigid
period.
Format of...
They don't talk about if you pursue God, then maybe you don't want to do those things and you want to know more. Anyway, there's a whole testimony in me, but I'm not going to give it on the radio.
Yeah, probably not here.
Probably not.
You could. Go ahead. I'll
Could I take the entire hour? No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to take the entire hour. But that's...
Anyway, that was...
No, how about you?
I was raised up in the Baptist church. And we went to all the functions, Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night, and vacation Bible
You did
school.
all the things.
Yeah, and I kind of fell into it, like, but I hated to go.
Yeah.
Like a kid, you don't want to go.
Right.
It's like I could be here playing around and doing stuff. But I didn't find a spiritual aspect of it till later.
Right. I think maturity has a lot to do with that too. Although I've seen some young people who are so invested right now, and I hope and pray for them that continues throughout their lifetime.
Yeah. Well,
wow.
I think if you are a searcher, a looker, you will find those answers.
Sure.
Yeah. But
Keep your mind open.
If you're just going through the routine and saying them monotone
Yes.
prayers and singing the hymns and all that stuff, you'll never find anything.
You know, we had corporate prayer back in where I grew up. Do you know what that? You know what I'm talking about? Where everyone within the church, it's printed in a bulletin.
Oh, okay.
And you pray that corporate prayer. And a lot of times, if you're following the calendar, other churches in that denomination are saying the same thing. Which absolutely, I'm sorry if it's right or wrong. No, I'm not going to apologize. That didn't do anything for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was like somebody made up this prayer. Not that it's not a bad thing to pray these things, but it was so not heartfelt.
Well, your
I
didn't
have to think about it.
Your mind may not be into it,
Right.
and your intent may be somewhere else.
Right.
So,
Okay.
I think it's a good idea just to
Let me pray
go
from
from
my
here.
heart.
You know,
Let
go
me
from
pray
your heart.
from my
Yeah.
heart. Yeah.
Good
All right.
place.
Well, there's your spiritual advice on this fine Monday,
Every Monday.
freezing freaking Monday day.
Throw that freaking in there.
It's better than what I could say.
Okay.
That
well,
I won't.
Today is Martin Luther King Day.
Yes, it is.
It's a national holiday, and the mail service has ceased for 24 hours.
Yeah.
And
It's also Inauguration Day, Dan.
yeah, there's a lot of places. Oh, yes, it is. A lot of places are going to be closed, but the President-elect Trump is going to be sworn into office, I think, at 11 today.
I think it's 11.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
And then Biden just recently pardoned. Who did
Fauci.
he
Fauci.
pardoned Fauci.
He pardoned some
How
criminals.
do you pardon somebody that hadn't committed a crime?
I don't know. I'm
How's
not
that
sure.
work?
I didn't read all of it. I mean, I
Yeah.
haven't read anything about it. I just saw the headline too.
Yeah, I need to look into that. He pardoned his son.
But he wasn't.
And he pardoned several. It was. I
Yes.
think it's a pre-pardon.
It's kind of before you get charged, I'm going to pardon
before
you.
you break a crime or before you're convicted or whatever.
Can you do that?
I tell you what, the government can do anything they want.
Well, I suppose that's true. Anyway,
Yes.
so there.
You want to talk weather?
And I'm going to say,
Yeah.
we will. But our topics to ponder this week are about Trump, his presidency.
Yeah, the new
be
the new term,
prepared.
president term.
To be prepared
And
to
these
be
are-
open and honest, but yet be respectful.
These
of
should
each
be
other.
neutral questions.
Yeah.
So don't think that there's an underlying depth to them other
Please
than
don't.
what's been being written down on the page.
Right. Okay, so the weather today is freezing, freaking cold. Mostly sunny with a high of 25.
FFC.
And I stand by the freezing, freaking cold. Wind chills,
FFC.
that's it, as low as 6 with a calm wind. So let's all stop for a moment and say thank you for the calm winds. Okay, tonight. And this is Martin Luther King Day, as we mentioned, and Inauguration Day. Mostly cloudy, then gradually becoming mostly clear with a low of 8. Wind chill values as low as 0. Tuesday, sunny with a high of 24. The wind gusts come back into play for about 15 miles per hour. Tuesday night, mostly clear with a low of 14. Again, wind gusts are possible. Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high of 39. Yay! Wednesday night, mostly clear with a low of 24. And take it on from Thursday.
Okay,
Dan.
Thursday it looks like it's going to break the barrier into the 40-degree mark. It's going to be high of 41. Thursday night low, overnight low will be 21, and then Friday 47, Saturday 51, Sunday 47. So it's going to look like the weekend may get up to 51 degrees.
Dang, that'd be
and then
nice.
Saturday night looks like there's going to be a 20% chance of rain. So
I feel a chicken coop cleaning coming on.
Yeah.
With those temperatures.
Yeah. Do you have sheep still?
I do.
How do you get water to them?
They have a heated water bucket.
I know, but how do you get water?
I have to take water out of the outside faucet and haul it over there.
Kelly's
Or
got
Richard.
Kelly's got or Richard. Kelly's got horses. I think that they're probably that frozen. Well, of course the trough is
Heated.
It's heated trough, but they can only drink so much water until you have to fill it up, and
True.
got to bring water from the house.
Exactly.
So
from the house. Well, our faucet, we have one out by the barn or by the shop. So
is it a
Yeah.
ground thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Does it ever leak?
It hasn't.
Oh, okay.
We've had one over by the cattle trough that did, but
Yeah.
my husband fixed it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Those things are.
We're notorious. Oh my God, talk about old age. We'll leave the water on, filling up the cattle trough. And you talk about slick as snot in this stuff. That stuff will be across the road, and we're trying to be much better because our bill was like $100 and something for
Oh my
water
gosh!
we had both done it.
I've had a $500 bill before.
That's crazy.
We had a guy that was renting the property down below our lower pasture, and he brought in a horse trailer and ran over the meter.
Oh no!
And busted the meter and he knew it.
There you go.
But he didn't.
He didn't tell you.
No, he didn't tell me.
What a crock.
A couple of days later, it was like, oh
well,
my gosh.
May the freaking cold weather bite you in the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on, Dan. How about
move it?
All right.
Let's move it.
Get up, get moving, get those thinking caps on. It's time to ponder this topic.
What are you most hopeful or apprehensive about President Trump's term in service?
Yeah. Have you thought about it?
You know, I don't know about if it's actual policies that he's wanting to do because I don't know all of them. But if it's the way people are going to react, that's what I'm scared about.
Well,
honestly.
I heard this morning that they're already trying to sue the Doge thing. You know what the Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency.
Yeah.
They're wanting to sue that because they said it was unconstitutional.
Who's they?
Or I don't know.
Oh,
Other side or
Okay.
the dark side.
The dark side.
I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway,
what's your thought?
Oh, I think I'm not apprehensive. I'm optimistic.
Okay.
That things are going to be looked in a logical, helpful, across the board for everybody good way.
Don't you feel that every 4 years?
Yeah,
don't you hope for that?
You hope whoever the president is, you want them to be successful and to wade through the muck that they have to wade through to get anything done. You know that you can talk.
I want to see accomplishments.
Yeah, you can talk a big game, but what you say and what you can actually do are way too many different things.
And I think that the entire United States of America is waiting to see how it actually plays out.
Well, Trump is supposed to sign several hundred executive orders today.
Okay.
So we'll see what the
they
fallout.
are.
Oh yeah, tomorrow's news is going to be just.
Well, TikTok's back,
crazy.
so he doesn't have to do that.
Yeah, we've got some information on that a little bit later. We're going to talk about.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened. It was supposed to
crazy.
be. I think Congress said, you know, it's for national security. We need to halt it.
Well, it wasn't 24 hours, and it was back on. So there you go.
People have a monetary investment in this because they make TikTok videos all day long, and they make they make income.
Money off of it.
Yeah, so
you know, and I was worried more about like my daughter-in-law's posted stuff in there of the baby, and like those were going to be gone. That's all I really cared about was, you know, those type of videos.
Yeah, where are they at?
Where are they at? So, again, our topic to ponder for today is what are you most hopeful or apprehensive about President Trump's term in service?
Yeah.
Go to our Facebook page and give us your...
Yeah.
Oh. What did I say in service?
You said service.
Whatever, office. He's serving. However you want to put it. All right, let's move on, Dan.
Okay.
We're doomed to repeat ourselves, so let's find out what happened today in history.
I, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, do solemnly swear.
I, Harry S. Truman, do solemnly swear.
I, Dwight D. Eisenhower, do solemnly swear.
I, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, do solemnly swear.
I, Lyndon Baines Johnson, do solemnly swear.
I, Richard Billhouse Nixon, do solemnly swear.
I, Jimmy Carter, do solemnly swear.
I, Ronald Reagan, do solemnly swear.
I, George Herbert Walker Bush, do solemnly swear.
I, William Jefferson Clinton, do solemnly swear.
I, George Walker Bush, do solemnly swear.
I, Barack Hussein Obama, do solemnly swear.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully execute the office of
President of the United States.
And will to
the
best of my ability.
I'm ready for this to be over.
And defend the Constitution
of the United States.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Okay. From January 20th in the years 1937, 1949, 1953, 1961, 65, 69, 77, 81, 89, 93, 2001, and 2009 to 17, 2021, and 2025. 15 presidents have taken the oath of office on this date. Before 1937, the presidential oath was administered on March 4th rather than, this is January 20th.
Yeah.
Gerald Ford is not included. He took the oath of office at the White House August 9th, 1974, after Richard Nixon resigned. Ford never had a regular inauguration at the Capitol.
Okay.
I didn't realize that, but
Yeah.
okay. Next.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
The newly sworn-in President Kennedy, 64 years ago today, delivered one of the most famous lines of inaugural addresses.
Okay.
Some 30 minutes ago, the planes bearing our prisoners left Iranian airspace and are now free of Iran.
44 years ago today, the day Ronald Reagan was sworn in as president, was also the day when the ordeal of the American hostages in Iran ended. Mr. Reagan made the announcement at a reception for members of Congress at the Capitol.
That I will execute the office of President to the United States faithfully.
That I will execute
faithfully the office of President of the United States.
The office of President of the United States faithfully.
This was back 16 years ago in 2009. Chief Justice John Roberts got mixed up as he recited the oath of president to President Obama. Mr. Obama eventually repeated the oath in a private ceremony to avoid any potential court challenges.
Wow, I didn't know that. And our next one is 3 years ago today. Meatloaf, the rock superstar known for his Bad Out of Hell album and for such theatrical, dark-hearted anthems as Paradise by the Dashboard Light and 2 Out of 3 Ain't Bad, died at age 74. That was in 2022.
Yeah.
CBS News correspondent Deborah Rodriguez had a story on it. I shouldn't have said that, but that's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. This was a birthday cut. 73 years ago today, singer and musician Paul Stanley was born. He is the founding member of the heavy metal band Kiss, and they had a pretty big hit called Detroit Rock City.
Yeah, they did.
You can't call yourself a think tank if all your ideas are stupid.
69 years ago today, media personality Bill Mayer was born. That was a quote directly from him. And lastly,
55 years ago today, singer Edwin McCain was born. I'll Be There is one of his hits.
All right. There you go. Hey, today, who do we have for a guest, Dan?
We have Wanda Massengale and also a puppy named Confetti.
Confetti. I knew it was something with a C. I was going to call it Chickasaw.
Wanted to make sure that it was a dog, not a cat. It's a pretty dog.
All right. Well, we will go to break, and we invite you to stay with us. We'll be back after the break, and we will be visiting with Wanda Massengale.
Yeah.
Stay with us. Welcome back to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. We have in the studio Wanda Massengale. She is representing the Ozark Humane Society, and if you don't know, you're going to find out that we help support the Ozark Humane Society or any entity that is trying to help find animals homes and get them out of the shelter, because we have a no-kill shelter here.
Right.
So we want to make sure that that's honored, and I'm sure do they ever have to turn away?
Yes.
They do. Wow.
Yes. They have 46 out there right now, pets.
Oh, wow.
And if Gaither did not help the rescue, Gaither Rescue,
yes,
and others, it would be unbelievable. I mean, it would be running loose.
Right. Which is, it's a terrible problem to have, especially, you think about the homeless people right now. Pets are the same way.
Yes.
So tell us about.
Okay. Well, this is Confetti.
Hi, Confetti.
She was brought in. They think she's 3 years old. She's extremely active.
Okay.
And they think she's a rat terrier mix, and that brings up that you can order a DNA test from Amazon for pets, horses, whatever. Mm-hmm. That would be fun to do with her.
Oh.
Her adoption fee is $75. She's well behaved right now.
Did she travel okay?
Yes, she actually did. There's a crate in the back seat of my car, and she loaded in and unloaded. I did request.
She's quiet.
Yes. That's great. I did request a leash and a collar because I was not going to take a chance of her running off.
Sure.
I'm always curious. I look at Confetti, and I see that she's well-mannered, and she's got a kind of an outward personality.
She does.
And she's really, I'm attracted to her.
I think she
as
would be
companion.
A good companion.
Yeah.
She's definitely a lap girl.
And I wonder why didn't the owners... what's the deal with that?
I asked, and I think who had her just maybe used her for puppies and threw her out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's had a litter, probably.
Yes, she's not fixed yet, but she will be.
Okay.
And of course, the shots and all that's current.
She's eyeballing Hillary, that's for sure.
Yeah, she's thinking, well, she may have a biscuit.
Or a cat that I could chase.
Oh,
something.
Really?
But she's about 15 pounds, I think.
Okay.
So she's not very big. And, and she's grown, so
this is as big as she's going to get.
Right.
She's majestic looking from the side. Look at that shape that she has.
She's very alert and attentive, is what I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
She knows what's going on around, that's for sure. January adoptions are 4 dogs and 6 cats. And I asked last time, which I said that they adopted out 228 last year.
Okay.
And it might be a good question if Gaither comes on, Gaither Rescue, how many they did adoption.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not trying to tell you
right.
what to do. But
we're just trying to show success, that these are successful organizations to be able to adopt animals. She's eyeballing her.
She likes Hillary.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Is that my next mama?
Well, it would be interesting with her kitty cats. I asked about the spay and neuter clinics, and they're full. The ones in January, the one in February, but there'll be some March, April, and on, and the person can find that out on the Facebook website for the Ozark Humane Society. Here, sit down. You can see. They need blankets and towels, and I was thinking about the throws that one can pick up real cheap at the Dollar General or wherever.
They're like less than $5 most of the time.
Right. They do spay and neuter clinics for the Humane Society, so I got to thinking and looking up around this area where other people do.
Mm-hmm.
And St. Francis Vet Clinic in Bearville has just had one.
Oh, okay.
But a person can call if they live in that area to see if they were going to have another one.
Mm-hmm.
And then Homeward Bound does one. Good Shepherd in Carroll County does one. Dr. Tim Addis helps with this. And Affordable Vet. So there's more than one place here that can help besides regular veterinarian clinics.
She wanted to be able to see.
Is that what you want?
But there's lots of opportunity to have your pets spayed or neutered.
And keep up the shots. I've have taken Sugar Baby for her rabies shot and her parvo and all that. And she did the 3-year for her. I have that. And the tag says 3 years, because I was used to a tag that says 1 year at a time, but it does say 3.
Mm-hmm.
So
you can't do that if you've been over a year from your previous
you have to
rabies.
You have to stay current.
Yep.
And the shots are very important to stay current. That's for sure. There's 27 dogs in house right now and 19 cats. I asked about the next fundraiser. And there is one, the plant sale is May 10th, and the reason I'm saying that now is people that get the spring fever, which I do, of course, they can do cuttings, and if they have extra seeds, they can do donate to that. So that's coming up.
Don't they usually have some kind of a chocolate thing, or do they? Did I dream that up? No, I did not dream that up, but never mind. Because Wanda's look on her face says, I know nothing about that. So we're not going to talk about
chocolate?
I was thinking they did some kind of...
They do raffles and they do prizes.
Costume thing or something for dog. Anyway.
It's a nice...
Okay. With that said, go to the Ozark Humane Society Facebook page and you can keep up, too, with some of the activities that go on there.
And then a person can register for the next spay and neuter clinics, which is at the Elks Lodge out here.
Which is a nice location there for them to be able to do that at. And also they need volunteers, don't they, to be able to help with that recovery?
And they need supplies as well. Wipes.
And you need some help.
No, I'm good, really.
You good? Okay.
She's antsy now.
She's fidgety.
If she is rat terrier mix, it is starting to show.
Yes. Yes.
Her attention span is all over the place.
I think she likes you. Don't Dobby need another one?
Oh, no. We've got another cat. They tumble and play in the living room,
No.
No, we don't need another dog.
Well, this one would definitely be a good one for...
I like him. I like her. I mean, nice dog.
She is. And I really... Can you see the rat terrier in her?
Mm-hmm.
I can too.
Yeah.
She's got white on her belly.
Mm-hmm. She's a cute dog.
I'm happy to bring a dog this time.
Me too.
I asked about Cruella, the kitten that was here, and she's still out there. So
okay. So she's still available.
She is, but a lot have been put on hold.
Good.
And I asked about the water situation because of the cold, because they still have to do the hosing out of the runs and all of this, and they're on a well, which if I knew that I had forgotten, and they're on a septic tank, so they don't have the water in the sewer bill, so that helps on expenses.
Right. But speaking of expenses, there are ways for us to help as a community, and Wanda's going to fill us in on some of those.
A person can donate at Harrison Animal Clinic for pet care and at Pal Feed for food.
And they often need, like there's older dogs sometimes that need canned food. So make sure if that's the route you're going, you could just... Can they give money at Pal Feed for them to be able to spend as they want?
You can put it on the account.
Okay. And that might be helpful.
And the same thing in Harrison Animal Clinic, I imagine, is to put it on.
It's like pay it forward donation, and then they can use it as they need to, I would say.
That's right. But we haven't had a little dog on for quite a while because of the setup. And I don't want one... I don't want one to destroy the equipment.
No, but she's not going to do that. Look at her. I bet she'd be a good mouser.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious. Like I had a Jack Russell that he would catch the mice.
I want a mole, one that does the moles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. Mole chaser, rat chaser, I don't care. Just get rid of him. Snake chaser.
Look at that. Look. She got his ears. Got her ears straight up.
She's very attentive.
She is.
Are you talking to her?
Very pretty.
What do you want to say to her?
Oh.
Go ahead.
You're such a pretty dog. You're such a pretty dog.
Oh, dear. Newspaper, isn't that still something that they need often?
Newspapers, towels, blankets, cat litter, cat food, canned and dry. It's always the same thing, but it's that way at every place that has animals.
Right. True.
That need adopted out. But I'm glad we do have a place where they can go.
Sure. You bet. So as you're listening to this, go ahead and get out your checkbook.
Oh, another thing, they close at 3 o'clock today and tomorrow. To the public and for them because of the weather, the cold.
Okay. I don't blame them one bit.
No, I don't either.
But there are opportunities for you to help to pay. Plus you can go to Cause for Paws, a thrift store, and that completely helps fund the Ozark Humane Society shelter. So I would invite you to go there and
shop and donate.
And shop, yeah, for sure. I take a lot of stuff there now.
I do too.
Yeah.
And I don't know where it comes from. It just seems like my house just collects it.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, any last minute things you want to add,
confetti
Wanda?
is $75, and that will be shots and fixing, but a person, please keep up with those shots.
Oh, sure.
And the worming. I have bought flea pills for Sugar Baby and my new puppy that is flea, tick, heartworm, all of it in one pill.
That's handy.
Well, and it's not as expensive as buying it separate, too.
Well, there you go. And contact Wanda for all your tips on that.
You'd be amazed how many messages I get.
I'm sure you do.
Leslie King sent me one last week.
I'm sure. Well, thank you, Wanda, for your bi-monthly visit.
Yes.
We appreciate that.
I appreciate you.
Sweet little... Look at her. She's available for adoption.
Well, they said her name's Confetti because she's a party girl, because she's proactive.
She's a confetti. Okay. All right. Thank you all. Thanks, are
Wanda.
going to head off to a break, and when we return, Dan's going to have some... I don't know what we're going to
Lots
talk
of
about.
interesting
well, I think
things
we should
going
hit on some local things.
We will.
And we'll also do some foo-foo.
Yep.
All right. We'll be back. Stay with us. Welcome back to Around the Table
Yes.
with Dan and Ann. That was a good little segment with Confetti and Wanda Massengale from the Ozark Humane Society.
Yep.
We're all about helping to get animals adopted here because they need it. They need a home. They need a loving home, just like you do, Dan. You need a loving home, too.
Yeah.
Should we adopt you out?
Already been adopted.
Oh, okay.
I'm in a loving home.
So the answer would be no. Hey.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some local stuff. You want to?
How about bingo? It's back on Tuesday.
It is.
Tomorrow it's going to be at the Quality Inn.
And that is Camp Jack's
Camp
Bingo.
Jack's Bingo, yes. Tuesday, January 21st. A game begins at 6 p.m., but you must be 18 years of age to enter.
Yes.
So that's happening at 6 tomorrow at the Convention Inn. Go and have some fun playing bingo.
Bingo. It's also coming up. The Bergman Archery presents a chili cook-off. Who doesn't love a good chili cook-off, right?
When's that going to be?
That will be February 8th. Bring the heat from 6 to 8. Dessert auction, live auction, prizes for the best chili at the Bergman High School cafeteria. Contact Bethany Roberts, 870-715-5390. They are limiting the categories.
Oh.
I'm sorry, they're limiting the entries to 15. So be one of the first 15 to have your chili entered and see if you can win.
There's only so much chili you can eat, so 15 batches is about all they can take.
Yeah.
Also, if you're wanting to start the new year off right with maybe some exercise, Taekwondo might be the thing for you. It might
be.
It's a low impact exercise routine, but it's really not exercise. You don't even know that you're exercising when you do Taekwondo. This is a martial. Yeah, you don't. Well, you do. You get out of breath. Yeah, you do.
I bet you do, yeah.
It's an aerobic exercise
But yes.
too. Anyway, Troy Burleson, who is a 9th degree black belt, he's also an instructor, and he's giving lessons there in his home studio.
Okay.
And he's sending the message out for new students. And what's amazing about this is he's giving these classes free of charge.
Excuse me.
So
that's amazing.
I don't know how many he can take, and I'm sure that there's some point where he says, I can't take anymore.
Right.
So what you probably ought to do is to call for an appointment at 417-239-4451, or you can email Troy at master.burleson@yahoo.com for more information about that, and maybe get started. Not only learn a martial arts, but you can get in shape while you're doing it.
There you go.
Yep.
You know, things kind of in January slow down a lot, but yet we're seeing things starting to amp back up a little bit. People are thinking about beyond the 9-degree freaking cold weather. And the American Legion will host the American Legion will host trivia nights. And those are going to happen at JJ's Bar and Grill on Highway 7 South, $10 donation to play. When? Every Thursday at 6 p.m. at JJ's Bar and Grill. And again, that's sponsored by the American Legion. So take advantage of that.
All right.
If that's your jam.
Yes.
And
okay.
What a girl wants is what I was fixing to do. What do you want?
What a girl wants.
What are you doing? Yeah.
I was getting rid of that one. That was old.
Oh, dadgummit. What a Girl Wants is happening February 8th.
Where's that at?
I don't know. Maybe yours is in the trash.
I don't have it.
What a Girl Wants will be happening at the Signature Bank. And I think this is the 3rd annual. Everything a woman loves under one roof. Send your wives. Send your girlfriends.
Okay.
Send your whatever.
All three of them?
All
three at the same time. Okay.
All three can meet up there and see what happens when they duke it out. But the doors open at 9 a.m. on Saturday, February 8th. And these are all women-owned businesses that will be vendored up in one area at Signature Bank, and you can go and sample all their goods and
or if you could
purchase
buy things while you
You can purchase while you're there. Entry tickets can be pre-purchased for $5. It's only $5 through any of the vendors. Go to What a Girl Wants 2025 Facebook page to find out who those are. At the door, or tickets go on sale Monday, January 15th, so they are on sale now. And a portion of the ticket sales will go to Grandma's house.
Okay.
Our local children's advocacy center.
Now, am I right to say that it's a little more expensive the day of?
Yes.
At the door?
Yes, it is. You are right.
Okay.
What did I say?
$7, I think.
$8.
It's $8 at the door? Okay.
Yes.
$5 pre-register and $8 at the door.
And I believe we have someone coming on to talk about that sometime here maybe this week.
All right.
Also, a reminder that Creekside's winter hours are Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sunday, 1 p.m. to 8 p.m.
So they stay open until 8 every night?
Looks like it.
Okay, just different times they open.
Yeah, you trying to make that difficult?
No. I just want to make sure.
6, 10, and 1.
Okay.
And all 8 p.m., yes.
All right.
Go ahead.
And then if you are wondering about the Boone County Heritage Museum being open, they have winter hours. November through March, they're open Fridays from 10 to 4 p.m. And then first Saturday of each month, they're open from 10 to 4. Closed other days unless by appointment. If you want an appointment, you can get them to open up for you. Just need to call them at 870-741-3312 or for more information. Yeah.
Please, if you're listening and you have an event coming up, please send our Around the Table Facebook page information on that so that we can put it in our stuff to talk about.
Okay.
We're all about community.
Okay.
Except for Dan, who sometimes is a rebel, and I don't know what he's about.
Rebel?
All about himself. That's okay.
Yeah.
You got any little tidbits before
let's see. We talked about TikTok.
we did talk about TikTok.
We could say a little bit about that. TikTok was resurrected in the U.S. after a scary couple of hours.
Oh, it's so scary. I was so nervous.
TikTok is back, and now it's all thanks to the oldest guy to ever be elected president.
What?
Which is funny. Okay, on Sunday, President-elect Donald Trump announced that one of the first moves upon returning to office will be to sign an executive order that delays a ban the Supreme Court upheld last week. The announcement followed a brief shutdown to TikTok in the U.S., and in 2020, he aimed to ban the app over concerns of the company was sharing American personal info with the Chinese government. He's apparently changed his stance on that.
Everything's sharing stuff with the China government, probably.
Well, yes. If we buy anything,
just saying.
I just as an experiment, the next time you go buy anything, whether it's at the Walmart, whether it's clothes or shoes, or
look where it's made.
Look where it's made.
Mm-hmm. You think you're buying local, you're not.
I would like a country the way it was back 20, 30 years ago when we had our own manufacturers here. We don't manufacture a whole lot of anything.
No. And I think, back when Trump was president last time, that was kind of a big trend, was to try to bring industry back to the United States. And I haven't heard him talk a lot about that this time. So I guess we'll see where that all ends up. But, TikTok wasn't gone for 24 hours, people. That's it. I don't know what, this says what he wants to do after he's taken on the office, which he has not done yet. So I don't know how it came back so quickly.
Yeah, I don't know how he circumvented that. That's a little weird how that
it
worked
is weird.
out.
Or was it just a ploy? Some kind of crap.
How was TikTok able to be back on when it was decided for them to be off? And he's not president yet. How does that work?
Who's in charge of the actual button saying banned?
Yeah.
And then back to
people would say
what I want to know.
People would say follow the money.
Well, we always say follow the money.
Follow the money.
The money talks.
I'm sure that's where that's all coming from.
Money talks.
Yeah.
So a ceasefire in the Gaza Strip has taken hold, raising hopes for an end to the devastating 15-month Israel-Hamas war. Three female Israeli hostages were the first released on Sunday, while also Palestinians held in Israel prisons were also released. This is part of the first phase of three-phase process. A last-minute delay by Hamas put off the start of the truce by nearly 3 hours and highlighted its fragility. So we'll see how all
fragility.
That... Isn't that what the word is?
Oh, I don't know.
It is. Fragility.
Fragility?
Fragility.
Yeah.
Fragile. Isn't that what?
I'm sure it's a French word, right?
Fragility. I think it should be if it's not.
Okay.
Hey, do you want to go to break?
We can,
we'll come back and we'll do some more silly stuff.
We got more for you.
Okay. We invite you to stay with us. We'll be back after this break. Welcome back to Around the Table with Dan and Ann.
Yes.
We're winding down of our,
Are we?
Our 1 hour.
I don't feel like I'm winding down.
Well,
I feel like I'm starting to wind up. This is a Monday. You have to be wound up for the rest of the week.
Wound up. That's not what you sounded like when I said we need to do promos.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't sound wound up at all.
I don't like promos.
We have to record stuff about our guests this week. This is in addition to Dirt Road Dirt. Thank you very much. So yeah, anyway. How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing okay.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
Are you a football player or a watcher? Are you into football? Are you a player?
No, I'm not. I mean,
You don't care who's going to win the Super Bowl. You could care less.
I don't even know who's playing in Super Bowl.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you. The AFC and the NFC has the matchup already laid out for us. The stage is set for the AFC and the NFC championship games featuring powerhouse matchups in the NFL playoffs. The AFC will see Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills clash with Patrick Mahomes' Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay, we're doing the Chiefs. I figured, but, I had to make sure there.
Making the fourth playoff face-off in 5 years on the NFC side. Division rivals, the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles, will play for a spot in the Super Bowl. So you got 4 teams playing against each other, 2 games coming up.
Wow.
The Washington, it used to be the Redskins. It used to be called the Washington. Now it's the Commanders. Yes. I like Redskins a whole lot better. Yeah, really.
Whatever.
You know, the Philadelphia Eagles, they'll probably have to change that Eagles to something nefarious, like pine cone. The Philadelphia pine cones.
Philadelphia pine cone.
Well, sure. And then the pine cones will get upset.
Because then we're going to sound so manly. Not.
And they'll have to change their name to a tree mite. Or something, like a pet rock or something. The pet rocks.
Oh, we're going to have to go that far.
We might. We've gone so far.
Wow. Hey, so have you had, pizza in like a authentic pizza oven?
Oh, like brick oven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good pizza, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, wait till you get a load of how one restaurant has been making it in Guatemala. We put the pizza in the pizza oven, right?
Right.
Well, Pizza Pacaya calls itself the world's most dangerous pizza.
Okay.
Because it's baked right on the active volcano, Mount Pacaya. Hence the name. They cook a pizza on a volcano.
Is it because they're on the ground, or they're actually shoving it into a?
They plop the tray with the raw pizza right onto the glowing lava rocks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And a few minutes later, it's crispy.
Well,
Luckily,
I bet it is.
They do deliver, but there are some drawbacks to the job. Cooks have to wear heat-proof gloves and protective goggles, and sometimes sulfur levels are so high they all get nosebleeds.
Oh my
So if you have a little extra red sauce on your pizza that is unexplainable, it's probably a nosebleed. Yuck.
Little extra red sauce. Could you a little extra sauce on mine, please?
Please, could I have the nosebleed one?
Oh my gosh.
Goodness, no.
Have you ever wondered what the 10 most livable cities in the United States are?
Well, I think about that so many times.
I bet. But Portland, Maine is the official nation's most livable city.
Okay. Portland,
Maine. Rent Cafe looked at a metro areas of at least 300,000 people, while also considering urban amenities, scenic natural landscapes, quality of life, location, community, and socioeconomics. Rounding out the top 5 were Lincoln, Nebraska.
Wow.
Des Moines, Iowa, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Wow.
I have some relatives living up there in Michigan.
I bet they're
Ann Arbor area.
I bet they're nippy.
Little snippy, little nippy up there. Yeah. Right now, I bet it's ice cold.
Yeah. I bet so.
You know what U.S. cities draw the most millennials?
What?
Millennials are on the move,
Miami.
And Alexandria, Virginia saw the highest influx of millennials related to its population, with a nearly 20,000 people ages 25 to 44 moving there in 2023. Cambridge, Massachusetts saw over 14,000. Denver, Colorado, just over 84,000. Sandy Springs, Georgia, had over 12,000, and Sunnyvale, California, got 17,000. Seattle has the highest concentration of millennials overall, with a 42% percentile. Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Okay. There was this was last month, but a 11-year-old girl was found clinging to inner tubes in the Mediterranean Sea, and nobody was even looking for her. Rescuers were on their way to another emergency when they heard cries for help. Where'd it go? Oh, the little girl had been on a boat with 44 other people, but it sank, and she was the only one remaining. She said she'd been floating around for 3 days.
What country was she from?
Well, it was out by the Mediterranean Sea somewhere. Okay. The rescuers dropped her off in Italy, where authorities say she was able to walk and talk. Yeah, can you imagine? How old was she? 11 years old.
Wow, all by herself.
No kidding. That would be like, what am I going to do with myself? Yeah.
Well, today is Martin Luther King Day, and also it's Inauguration Day. Blue Monday is also today. Get ready for the most depressing day of the year. 20 years ago in 2005, researchers calculated a bunch of factors, including weather conditions and the amount of daylight in the northern hemisphere, and determined that the third Monday in January is the gloomiest day on the calendar. So get ready to be gloomy today.
Hey, go celebrate your elementary school teacher day.
Yeah.
That's what today is.
Okay.
If you see one that you had, thank them.
Can't remember
or
mine.
If your kids have them, thank them. All right.
National Disc Jockey Day, and also College Football National Championships start today at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN.
Okay, folks, we will be back tomorrow bright and early for Around the Table, and we'll see you then.
Have a great day.
From the Strong Studio, you're listening to the original KHOZ, AM 900, 94.9 FM, and K235CE, Harrison.
CBS News Special Report.